Hi everyone, this is D-Sam from Mushu Report, and I would like to wish everyone Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So much has happened over this past year in Lorcana that I want to just look through everything that happened in 2023 and even slightly further back from the start of Lorcana, which I had the pleasure of being a part of, and I'd like to invite everyone on this journey where I do a looking back. Lorcana was first announced on August 30th of 2022 with a bunch of articles on places like Polygon, and we had very little info other than some brief lines from Ryan Miller, Steve Warner, and Shane Hartley describing Lorcana as a treasury of all the Disney songs and stories ever made. And a treasury it was. When D23 for 2022 came along, we finally got to see the first 7 cards of Disney Lorcana. 6 of them were sold as a set for $50, while Mickey Mouse Brave Little Tailor was given out for free. And the reimagined characters with Flood Bonds and Dream Bonds instantly got many people excited for Lorcana, and many of us all piled into the Lorcana HQ Discord, and this is when there still wasn't an official Discord server yet for Lorcana. I still remember seeing these cards on eBay a few days later, where Mickey Mouse was going for $500 and the set was going for $2,000. I was thinking that, well, I can get them a bit later when the price goes down, and yeah, there's no chance of that now. The whole set goes for like $20,000. Following that in Spiel in early October, we got our first proper tidbit of gameplay. The D23 cards had 6 different colors, and we found out that these were inks, with the terms Amber Amethyst, Emerald Ruby, Sapphire Steel finally reviewed. It was then pretty quiet till the end December, where we first got our first official review by a YouTuber, with Nice Nerd Corner giving us the news that deck building in Lorcana would limit everyone to using only 2 inks per deck. During this time, I've been quietly preparing for Mushu Report with the wiki and site officially launched on December 15, 2022. Just 5 days before Dragonfire was revealed on 20th and Olaf Friendly Snowman on December 26th. So I felt pretty lucky at the time because it seemed like the perfect timing to launch the site with the first bit of news. These were the really early days though, since Dragonfire was our very first action card, but also the first uninkable card. So back then we didn't even know what the inkwell was, so all the discussion went around this little hexagon along with lots of speculation on what the various icons on the cards were. And so that's how life in Lorcana was like for 2022 and everything we knew, which, well, wasn't really much. Thankfully, things started moving forward with the first chapter getting product images like the gift set and trove in mid-January. This was also when many people first started making their plans to attend Gen Con, since it was announced that Gen Con attendees would be the first lucky people to purchase the first chapter early. Things really kicked off with the Nuremberg Toy Fair though, where the products were first put on display, and Artem of Lorcania managed to get us back images of the products, revealing that the products would actually include damage counters. That gives us a lot more info about how challenges would work. The next big breakthrough also came in March with the review of White Rabbit's pocket watch and the information about the rush keyword on the card, giving us confirmation that characters were not meant to challenge on the turn that they are played. And that's how things were like in the early days, with the biggest topics discussed literally being what is challenge, and some people enthusiastic on the topic would go on for days. Thankfully, this finally changed on April 10 with an article by The Gamer giving us the quick start guide and finally letting us know how to play the game. The How to Play video series also showed up at this time, giving us a bunch of new card info, and all this info just gave us more questions though, so we also got our very first Lorcana Q&A session at the time held on Twitter, providing us with our very first bits of official card rulings, which are all on the Mushu Report wiki by the way. Finally, at the Gala TCG convention in France and the Gamma Expo in the US held in late April, lucky attendees got to try the game for themselves with trial decks, which were essentially watered down versions of the first chapter starter decks. Steve and Ryan were even on stage at Gamma Expo, speaking to industry partners and answering lots of questions everyone had regarding the products, reprints, and how the initial organized play would be like. April truly felt like the very first time we finally knew how to play Lorcana, and it was a really exciting time as we found out a lot more about the game and got into game theory and deck building. In June though, we did get our very first scare with the lawsuit from Upper Deck coming along. I still remember there was a time when many people wondered if this would cause a delay in the release for Disney Lorcana. Of course that did not happen, and we are all fine at end in 2023 and the release went well. The lawsuit is still going on, but it looks like it'll take a while, though I'm of the stance that there's nothing to worry about. Finally, August came and we got Gen Con along with the first chapter release there. Gen Con was definitely the place to be for Lorcana fans, with lots of exciting stuff happening, like Mickey Mouse Musketeer being the very first Gen Con promo cards. There were also the Enchanted Seeker contest, where the first 12 people lucky enough to open one of the Enchanted cards got invited to meet the game development team and play some sealed games and get their cards and playmats signed. It was not all laughs and games though, as the hype for Disney Lorcana was at an all-time high, and thanks to some mishandling by the Gen Con staff, it was basically a free-for-all, where many people got left out of the queue despite being there since the wee hours of the morning. The Illuminators were on site and they have a video up where they cover everything from the queue issues up to everything that happened at the booth, with many people really excited to play Lorcana, especially with the very first official tournament held there. So do go check out their video, it's all linked in the description. And with that, it's finally time for the first chapter's big release. Everyone was on the hunt for products as players planned road trips to visit multiple card stores just to look for products. Ravensburger also did an online sale, though it was tough to get any orders through since everyone was trying very hard to get products. I was extremely lucky to get my hands on the first chapter products through some of my contacts, though this was definitely a tough time for everyone, with many people struggling to get product. Ravensburger quickly announced that a reprint was on the way, which would arrive around end October. But prices were getting really crazy before the reprint arrived, with the first chapter booster boxes that are at 144 USD MSRP reaching almost $400, going for almost 3 times the price. Thankfully, the reprint held with all that, and prices have been steadily coming down, especially with the additional restock that kept coming over the last 2 months, and I'm glad to report it's now pretty much easily available at MSRP. Things were generally peaceful during the time though, with lots of conventions to promote the first chapter and tournaments being held everywhere in LGSs, while we constantly just got new card news for Rise of the Floodborn cards. Rise of the Floodborn's release though brought about the next big issue, a repeat of the Ravensburger online store problems. This time it got worse though, where the site got a DDoS attack and it took the site down. Many people were displeased with the incident and they made it very well known in the now open Disney Lorcana official Discord server. Following the incident, Ravensburger announced that online sales on their site was now cancelled and the stock would be moved to other retail channels, including a new lottery system on Amazon for the US players, which I'm in very big favor of, since I feel that the old system of just doing a virtual queue for online sales, not just for Lorcana but everything else, just doesn't work very well in this era anymore, where bots are pretty much everywhere. And with that, we entered December, with the third set Into the Inklands announced for end February 2024. Now remember when I said that we only knew 9 cards back in end 2022? As of this video on Christmas 2023, we now know 408 cards from the first chapter and Rise of Floodborn, and 7 full cards reviewed for Into the Inklands, giving us a total of 415 cards. Just check out these lovely images for the first 2 full sets. And that's about it for everything that's happened in Disney Lorcana so far till end 2023, and now you too know the full history. 2024 is definitely going to be exciting, since we should be getting 4 full sets throughout the year, which probably means another 800 plus awesome Disney Lorcana cards with fantastic artwork and story to tell to all of us. Furthermore, there's an announcement due in January where Disney Lorcana will be sharing more details on new events in Q2 of 2024, including fan events and an official competitive circuit, which I'm definitely looking forward to finding out more about, even though it's probably going to take a while till these events and the official release for Disney Lorcana to reach me in Asia here. With regards to 2023 for me, this has definitely been a very fulfilling and exciting year. Mushu Report for both the site and the wiki has really grown, and we have lots of views, especially in the month of November alone for the release of Rise of Floodborn, while the YouTube channel finally hit 1000 subs as well earlier this month. I really want to try and do more for YouTube though, so I'm also really grateful for a new member, Marius M, who has been full on helping me with card news articles and especially updating the wiki. The new card page template is so much more beautiful than what I could have come up with, and I hope all of you like it as well. In the upcoming year, I hope that Mushu Report will continue to grow alongside with Disney Lorcana, especially where I hope to squeeze out some time to do more on the YouTube side. I hope to be able to do more videos exploring the Disney Lorcana TCG, to cover the news, cover the background story and lore, and maybe even resume doing some skits. And with that, I would like to thank every one of you for your support thus far. It's been a really busy but fun year, and I really hope everyone has found Mushroom Report useful. That's all I really aim for Mushroom Report to be, an outlet that will be useful to everyone to look for the latest news or just find any info related to Disney Lorcana. It'll make me really happy if the site, wiki and YouTube just helps everyone with this aim. And that's it for this video. This is D Summer from Mushroom Report, wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And this D Summon here, signing out. Bye everyone.